You're welcome to the show, and this is a December special, comedy special. We have to put some smile on your face. I mean, December is all about love. And what's the best love than getting people that incites laughter amongst people to actually come and entertain you on your screen? Today, I'm sitting here with, I would call a personal friend, but on this set, he's not a personal friend. He's a stalwart in the comedy industry of Ghana. He's seen the journey, he's done the work, and now I think he's part of the very few comedians who is actually reaping the work that also years back. And Charlie, he's here to make you happy, basically. He's here to make you happy. So if the show ends and he didn't laugh, oh, house to say Ghana, yeah, I don't know it's me, wow. Lexy,
yeah,
welcome.
How do you?
It's been a long time coming.
I'm brushing. Charlie,
that's a black ball.
Oh yeah, I get that a lot. Almost me share black. You.
Let's talk about the comedy.
I now copy me. What's wash black?
All about my studio.
Save the date.
Let's talk about the comedy industry. I know that now there is this attention on the comedy industry now, but looking at the journey, era Ben and Kamunya saw attention where it would have actually shot the industry up crowd than it is now.
Like I say, funny face time. Yeah, funny face time, no. But funny face time. Now me name the number of guys and a comedy that time, no. To maybe. And at that time, industry was actually building individuals, not an industry. So every time about they will project you out or say who's you better, then they will find the next person to replace you. So it was like, okay, way back. So we didn't really get like a collective pushy a certain agenda. But I think that was the time and attention and maybe but individuals had the attention, like the likes of Foster Moore, DKB, funny. I think for funny face time because they know as on open and now, or yeah, the only guy or enjoy the limelight. No, the rest were doing their bit, but it wasn't really in the faces of Ghanaians. Until that time, they didn't care. And I can, okay, well, funny face room, DKB Jinem, Foster B Jinem, David Oscar Jinem, David Agla, Pessimuna. Until they yaba be ride on a basako nipa baako and sabit man for nipa saying. So that was the challenge then.
Let's talk about the fact that now there is attention. Yeah. What did it do different? Because as a mono, the comedy has now moved past on stage, just being on stage, and now as you've infiltrated the media, more media now, you have your shows and all. Has that also added to the growth that we've seen in the comedy space now?
Oh yeah, and I would say it's one of the few blessings COVID gave to us. Because we were looking at a certain direction. Said they also a performance nipa. They also a performance nipa directly. Yes,
live audience.
Until COVID, I say no. There are other mediums that people also listen or they watch. That's TV and radio, which we can actually take advantage of. COVID ni mobile and money you say no. We have to capitalize on other areas where people would listen or so that because I know who say essential workers. It was say Ghana but sanka ye media ni nanka media the media men were part of the essential workers. So as at now sanka COVID nyame pengu e baya anka we will still be going to work, still entertaining Ghanaians and so we didn't see it early, but regardless I think it's one of the things that opened our minds to the fact that we can do more with our craft than just always relying on event organizers or we doing our own shows to just a chosen few people. Yeah.
And so far, how are you balancing the media work? Because now you are always on the move, like from radio, you're on TV. How are you balancing it and still getting content for your stand-up shows?
I will say a very big thank you to one man called Albert Okran on Springboard. I think I invited me. I think COVID time, invited me to perform on the platform. So now I had just 10 minutes to have a conversation with him, and he told me that artists jealous. So don't do two things far from the art, because if you do it anyhow, it will pay you anyhow. So he made a lot of examples. Like you look at Sarkodie, you look at Stoneboy, you look at Shatta Wale and the rest, who are fully concentrated on the art. If you look at Amrado, for instance, like he's fully concentrated on the art. So the art is paying him according to the energy he invests into the art. By combining what could be a samba biwa, we be a boutique, we be able you are not for person music. You have divided attention. It is an art and also Obama divided payment. Say, if you want to really make a lot of money from the art, why don't you create branches out of the art now? So maybe you take advantage of TV, you move into movies, you go into radio presenting, and still in line with comedy, So like it's me I'm keep the balance. Into anything I am doing, I don't see it to be work. I feel like it's something I already enjoy doing. Just I've created different avenues to still express myself in the comedy, and it's really paying off. I think it's one of the best advice, not the best, it's the best advice anybody has ever given to me with regards to my craft, and it has gone a long way to help me. So it's not really a challenge.
When you were coming up as a comedian, I know that there were small events happening where the comedians themselves were organizing. But it looks like Mumo era no and then you keep bringing new faces. Anytime I go for your show, there's somebody from a new face from Kumasi, a new face from here. Yeah. How are the Mumu generation, you, the OBs, the Justin, how are you lifting the next phase of comedians for Ghana?
Comedy is a culture elsewhere. Every comedy, it's part of us, but to some people, it's a whole industry, and there is a way you have to go about, like comedy clubs. Send a musician because I'm hitting the studio to go and record my next banger. Every time I'm the next banger, so everybody know yes, we can do great. Almost send my send fire. I say it go on, and you miss here 5 minutes, and this send you 30 seconds in New Year.
Yeah, you will let me tell you, you can call me now, or sending notes be voice. And my be quite fire. This one be bang. I was supposed to be voice note. I
say, they put record. Yeah, then you are that good. Charlie, boy, listen to thing, Charlie. I say they get KYB. Yeah, so we like, and you see, arts, in our part of the world, there are we don't have too many role models that you can actually look at and say, oh, because of Asume Siwenti, I want to do this. Yeah. That's why I want to be a musician. Those days, or not musicians, not that time era now. A lot of them, with what they did with their lives, they feel like, no, I don't want my son to end up like this. So they needed a new face, like role models. And I think with the likes of the DKBs, banner to the first funny face, my battle, we've been able to change the narrative. That now somebody can actually tell my mom and dad and say, oh, daddy, I want to be a comedian. I want to be. That's why every time you keep seeing new faces. And maybe we've established a few comedy clubs, some in Kumasi, some in Accra, some at Accra City, Accra Virtual Comedy Club, and we have the 2927. And every time there's a new guy who wants to come and try his material, Obana Efa will just coach you through the.
Nice.
And some of us, we didn't get role model. We didn't get people who would actually tell us, oh, do it this way, do it that way, do it this way. These jokes are good for this set of audience. This one, we made the mistakes and learned from them. But now we are trying to correct some of the things we didn't get the opportunity to be trained with the new kind of comedians that are coming up. Because we don't want to build single people like how we came to meet people. We are trying to build a lot of people so that, because before you can be a legend, you have to create more stars.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. To be a star is easy, but to be called a legend, meaning there should be a lot of people out of your offspring.
Have a legacy.
Yeah.
How do you separate this joke from this audience and this joke and for this audience? Now, audience radio, I'm for this joke.
It's simple. Like you ask whoever is billing you, what kind of people are coming to your event? If you tell me, oh, I have the president coming, I have a few dignitaries, diplomats here and there. With those kind of audience, me, I won't go for sex jokes.
You won't go for sex
jokes. I won't go for show jokes that has a lot of profane. I won't even talk about profane, but I can do political jokes, which I'll keep it in a balance. So, I'll touch on MPP Kakra, NDC Kakra, FCPP Kakra, so that everybody will have a fair share. But if I go and I center the joke only on NDC, it will like a Baumuba. But if I give everybody a bit and piece of whatever I came there to do, they will feel like, okay, you had your share, I had my share, we are all okay.
Yeah.
But if I get maybe a Vandal University show, those people, their mind is all over the place. Anything they will take it, whether gospel or profane or whatever. When you bring it and you are able to clock that nerve in them. So with university, you don't have to really necessarily think through like what you are going to tell them. You just go follow the flow and give it to them. But with corporate events and all that, no, or maybe show that has a lot of kids around. You have to be very careful with the things you feed them. Otherwise, it will mess your whole routine up.
You're welcome back. This is the Christmas comedy special, and I'm seated here with Lekzy de Comic. Lekzy de Comic has told you about the industry, the comedy industry, and how it has been so far. I mean, we've seen the past, and now we are seeing the future of comedy industry in Ghana. But Lekzy and comedians, all their materials are based on experiences, whether it's something they conjure or something they've seen or something they have actually experienced. A lot of things have happened in the industry 2022. Lekzy has an opinion. We are taking some of the highlights, some few highlights, and then we'll discuss it from a comic point of view, how they also saw it, whether they saw it as a material for their comedy show or they saw it as real life problems. They were one saying, Black Aqua signing empire deal. And then Ghanaians, we are all in a deal with 50 years. Yeah, the comedy industry, comedians. How did you people see it? Which perspective are you moving from?
Oh, yeah, we just saw somebody making progress, like trying to reach the topmost, the pinnacle of his career, because we all want to reach other like bigger markets. So, yeah, like we didn't see my only issue was the crop tops. My only issue was the crop. I was watching TV with my mom and I was like, "What me? Akoya wo be ko ni mu." I am man. I was down for a pay jacket. Me man, me need tell upon, and I want to man. So like that's me. The angle I pick from, like his fashion sense. I think it's awesome and all. But as a comedian, I would have to make fun of whatever he's wearing or anything. But regardless, I think he's making good progress with his career within the shortest possible time. What we've seen him do, the kind of people even posting his work, that's something we all want. Like one day we'll just wake up and Dave Chappelle will just say, "Oh, Lekzy de Comic," like listening to my joke, and he'll video it and say, "This guy is dope. Like go check him out," and all. So that's what we all want. So basically,
the year 2022, another thing I think say a shock Ghana for baby, a kiddie tweet, yeah, will make it some years back. Hey, Lekzy, if we were to go into your archives and pull out, tell us what Ghanaians can expect if we should go into your archives today.
All I can say is, thank God my other account got hacked. They hacked my old account, so I am safe. Whoever has it, if they bring anything out from that account, I'll just tell them, whoever hacked it had something to do with those things. Because I've never, well, at some point in our lives, youthful exuberance, some certain things you would say, and but me, get balls. If it even else, hey, kiddie. But the guy,
okay, so
about me, I was expecting him to maybe they should come out and say, "Oh, they bought the accounts from somebody." So those are not his tweets, even though now he has the name. But for him to come out and say, "I'm sorry," maybe that could have been a defensive mechanism to control the situation, and all. But well, abandoned there.
But you see, but he was posting his pictures too there, so you can't say that motor account.
So you're fan, or you're fan of filming that. I know all my accounts because we have a lot of people using Sarko there.
Oh yeah.
Success and all that. But I mean, my old accounts for
same one.
Chili.
GOT.
Obiambele.
I swear. And yeah, it's not good.
No. You know, in the sometimes you feel like as a comedian, like you have the liberty to
pick on everything,
say anything, and just go scot-free. But in the process of, you see, there are a lot of cancel cultures, like a lot of things that it's not acceptable now.
Yeah.
So maybe I made a joke somewhere those days about a certain sensitive topic that was okay then. Now, if somebody is to go back and retrieve all those things back, it will go a long way to affect me now. Of course. Because now I think differently, and I've grown to understand that some of these things are normal. So, yes, I will not be happy though.
GOG. Yes, see Eba. Shatta Wale.
Yeah. Jesus said he is coming. But Jesus Christ is tired. But I think it will be in by then.
By then.
Hey.
It
is still not in. Like it is as we speak.
Let's talk about the anticipation from the year beginning now till we said 17th October. May drop it. And also say may drop it cash out. Move cash out. No, in 17 maybe buy honey out there. Let's talk about that.
You see, Shatta Wale. Sorry to use this, but I say when you uyema kan wo krom no. I thought I was sorry, no. But if for better guy just a shift be in you from my phone pressure no. And I thought I had to say like he should drop the musical. But if it guy just a shift album na drop it chaff. No I drop it. No I say I no quite. Now I say oh bra. I said we are just who giant say emran so e di nsuo nenam.
Hey.
We are so on the same topic. Right? I don't know they are drop it cash out. No one san twin there kana ai akom. So I think he's well, I don't know what he's doing though, but I think to him it works for him. But me I'm tired.
You are tired.
Oh, like this album, how many years? Although how many years? Like
yeah, got
3 years. I'm a COVID cry like COVID about I'm a like President Rawlings crew woo. I'm a CNO. Queen Elizabeth woo. Britain, they've experienced 2 prime ministers already. GOG,
right?
Yes. They've sacked their finance minister. Right now, Ghanaians are even looking forward to say Besaki Kenneth Furiata. Still GOG. MI.
So many things. Another thing I think 2022 saw was an interview audition via a boy called a Bongo Ideas, called GH1. I know say be a viral conversation near there. That's your station. Let's talk about imagine say I was saying wait to say we no. Now for say comedy club and as a comedians obi aba no or pitching ho acho na ko check here. How would you handle it as a comedian first?
It depends on the magnitude of what he said. If you say, "Oh, I'm short," like this, but don't make me look lame to the people. Like, don't downplay my intelligence. Make me look like I'm stupid. That one day, if you touch my intelligence, because me, I come with a clear conscience. So even I'm dealing with people, I tell them that listen, I have a clear conscience dealing with you. So later, if I find out that you are trying to use your mind on me, it goes a long way to hurt me. So if I go back and I realize that you've done that to me, it depends on the joke he will be telling me. If he has a way of playing around it, because as a comedian, you should be able to find a way to play around every situation, regardless. So if he's able to convince me with jokes regarding whatever he did to me in the past, and I enjoy it, they are cool.
Let's put a scenario here. Imagine another one, or who tweet no, and I'm one employee guy no, na later who it is now. How do you think that transaction would have gone after?
This is me a typical boy. Bobo.
Please talk loudly.
Sebit tafrache. Me no WhatsApp. Wendy.
Well, another thing that I think the comedy industry probably means I'm not picking any content or what I think it's a Wendy Shay. Yeah, Wendy Shay. The year 2022, she has some form of excitement. As and now, her writing skills has changed. They say I don't know or 20 and profane now. Come on.
I don't blame her.
Why?
With that boy.
Which boy?
And the show has been singing about some boy that has broken heart. I don't know. And every time when the show is insult, even if there is in heaven, there is no there. What is the point? What has the boy done? That a whole album has been made for just that guy. That guy, I think a lot of the female musicians must look for him. He has something that gives hit songs. Or you think? Yeah.
The boy is called Jonathan.
get it. When the shay will bring a song, you see that the other one was worse, like in terms of the lyrics, profanity. The next one coming. You have to sit well. So I mean, I can't wait for it. I don't know, but the album is out.
Yeah.
But I think whatever that guy did to her, we beg the guy. He should just apologize to our Wendy, so that maybe the next year that we are entering, we can get some clean songs. But for now, we'll bleed deeper.
Let's talk about the final topic that I want to pick Lekzy's mind on. We know that one person, no matter what, when it comes to Shatta Wale's camp, which in a defense gate, a Bulldog. Now say buy a Bulldog, Shatta Wale na yampia.
This matter, is it the relationship between Bulldog and Shatta Wale? If you are not careful, you'll be a third person. Because today they are fighting, the next day you see them together. So I have to be very, very careful. My issue with Bulldog is Bulldog doesn't stick to topic. You ask him Shatta Wale issue. Like ask me.
You say Shatta say we don't have to invest in videos. How can
no more? MPP. What? Come and arrest me. Come. Bulldog, it's about Shatta Wale. No more, relax. 2016. Ike Shatta neke. MPP ba power. Biane Ike Shatta. Te wote yo te. Be won collapse. Ekufadu ni fe. Arrest me.
I'm talking about the video. I'm saying Shatta Wale said that the video we should do he invest in.
You see, the time now at the manage I won. I always win. I won. Something happened before I meet Shatta Wale. When MPP come power, see, MPP, I swear, if Namwan, Bulldog, how did Namwan enter into this conversation? So me every time they listen to him, I say, okay, I'm waiting for that thing that will get him into trouble. And it's like, you see that he has gone there, like the cell now. So now, if you mention that, I will arrest you. It doesn't really move. So the Bulldog Shatta Wale issue there. Me, I won't say about, but I feel like moving forward, next we beg you. He should tone down on the whole political decision that he will take dragger, kind entertainment issue, and then go start to go back to this thing again.
And then also or your pandit, you're serving the first case. Also, hey, that's what I say.
I say Bulldog is like Kwesi Pratt of Ghana entertainment. You know, Kwesi Pratt doesn't answer any question without bringing music to me. Like, Master Kwesi, how are you seeing the MPP government regards this dollar and CD? Kwame, he does say, Arabraka, Amemu Bunya, MPP, Mikai Buzia Domo Party, Satan, na Kwame Kumanete, so Kwame Arabraka. And so a Kufu do a Memu Bunya, or dear, I tinti. Master Kwame, dollar and CD, me baho. Whatever you say, are we still recording?
Yeah.
Hey!
We are still recording.
And so, like, I feel like Bulldog, I love him, but he should just tone down with this. But with the Shatta and all this issue, I mean, I never will talk some because I know very well they will patch up, and whoever decided to like contribute, you'll be a third person, and that's how Shatta's relationship is. Whoever Shatta Wale parts ways with, don't come and try to be like the third person trying to resolve it or separate them more, because you realize that at some point these people will come back again,
find a way
and
together.
you will be left alone. So in my position now as a comedian, he's a content creator, I'm a content creator. Let's all create. I'm not here to contribute to anything.
Leksy, prospects 2023 comedy industry, is it taking the African market by storm? It looks like right now, shows now or theater, theater now they are
and it is fact.
Yeah. So right now
comedians are doing things that I know a lot of musicians who are way popular than us cannot do.
Of course. Come on.
So I would say that we thank Ghanaians for holding us down from days past, like years past. And 2023 looks very beautiful. Looking at the plans we have in line for Ghanaians. We want to expand our turf because currently there's nothing to prove to Ghanaians again that whether we are funny or not. We need to move into
other. We can all agree that you are funny.
Yeah, we can. So we need to feed other people too with what Ghanaians we have here that we are enjoying alone. So I'm just entreating any event organizer out there, wherever you find this, whether Togo, Liberia, UK, Tanzania, wherever. If there is a good market for comedy there, I will tell you that invest into comedy. Now that it's in its growing state. You should get yourself involved so that we can see that when we needed help, when we needed people to actually hold us back, you were there to hold us down in certain places that ideally we wouldn't have gotten there. Don't wait till maybe you realize, oh, the market has blossomed. Now you feel like we can now come and feed on it. No, help us grow, enter places that ideally our voices might not even reach there, if not for internet or anything. So that's the only thing I will entreat. Next year, just connect, come into our DMs, Lekzy de Comic on all socials. Let's talk business. We are ready to partner with you guys. All we need is for our comedy to reach out to more people out there. Next year too, they should watch out for a lot of comedy specials. Most of the young guys.
Oh, nice.
Who have been under our umbrella.
Like Jerry.
They are all coming up with their own comedy special. Papaya did his at Snap Cinema. They might not even know him.
Oh, I know Papaya.
Yeah. But then maybe a lot of Ghanaians probably might not know him. But he got the place packed to capacity. Nice. And it happened on the day Jacinta did her show. Wow. Jacinta had a full show, a full house. Papaya, and it's just some few meters away. Snap Cinema and National.
I know.
And 2 comedy shows were held within the same space. Like the same neighborhood.
Like a big artist and a small artist.
And they all filled the place. And even before their show, I did mine a week before. And right after my show, you say, oh, Ghanaians have had enough of comedy. They still went for that Jacinta show and still did Papaya show. Even with my show, it rained and they still turned up in their numbers. I'm really grateful. Next year, let's do greater things. And yes, if there is life, there is health.
Lexzy,
we'll make you guys proud.
You've been watching my shows on TV. You are one of my greatest critics. So I'm sure you know how I sign out. Today, sign out as me. Sign out.
I tell you to be frank, I don't know how you sign
on that note,
let's go.
On that note, kindly follow Lekzy de Comic on all social media platforms and follow me on all social media platforms and follow OnePlay Africa on all social media platforms. And if there's anything you have to do, please do it now.
Grab your
OnePlay. Add class to your music.